Welcome you guys back to my next video. And now what's important, guys, every single day is understanding straight away that if you're going and actually performing and outperforming yourself every single day, and you're learning something along the way, then guess what's going to happen? Of course, you're going to become the best version of yourself all the time. So make sure every single day of your life that you're always doing something in correspondence to making sure that you're better than yesterday for yourself, because that's how you actually grow. And you grow through different ways of being, and you grow through making sure that no matter what, that every single day of your life is going to be something special. So if you're special every single day, you have to understand straight away that you must go and grow yourself differently every single day, and you must go and find new resolutions. And you must wake up early also, because you go sleep early and you wake up early, because that's how you actually do it in life. But you must understand that if you're waking up early because you're sleeping early, then that way you have to understand that you're doing the best job you can. And you have to understand that eventually, over time, the nightlife is going to get away from you. And what's going to happen over time is you're going to say, nightclubs are just not for me anymore. Because now you have a family. And because you have a family, and because you want to help yourself to become much more better in what you're doing, but you actually feel much more greater in the purpose of what you're doing, because now you have much more time on your hands, and you much more have a nice and beautiful way of life where you never have to go sleep late to wake up late, but you sleep early to wake up early. I understand that what's important, guys, for me personally is being able to go and do my videos every single day of my life, and being able to orchestrate all the time something that's nice and beautiful for me personally, which is just a performance. And the performance of what? I mean, the performance of just helping myself to grow with myself and to expand my horizons. I understand today is a nice and beautiful day. I have a nice and beautiful way of life today. I have new music skills. I have new ways of doing things. I have a new way of helping myself to grow. And all I want to do is be able to produce music as well. And I understand straight away that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about my life and how to actually grow my life differently. So I'm understanding straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm getting used to the coronavirus pandemic now. I'm understanding straight away that it's a nice and beautiful thing when you have something to do in life. And you must understand straight away that no matter what, that life has to be straight away on your side. And you have to be understanding straight away to find yourself on the minority of the side of life, because that's how Jesus Christ does it. But Jesus Christ finds himself in the minority. Do you understand? But you must understand straight away that you must understand how to actually grow yourself. So what I'm doing every single day is I'm focusing on performing and outperforming myself to go and do the best job I can before it starts raining today. I understand that no matter what, that today is going to rain, and that's what they're saying. But you must understand straight away that I'm here to help myself grow. I'm here to help myself learn how to actually help myself to love life. So as I love life, I'm learning how to actually grow myself in the best kind of way forward. And I'm making sure that no matter what, I have that nice and beautiful gesture. I have the beautiful gesture of helping myself to develop myself in the best kind of way forward. And that way I'm learning very quickly about life. So what am I actually learning about life? I'm learning about different areas. I'm learning about different areas of life. I'm learning to do my synonyms and antonyms today. I'm actually learning to understand straight away that no matter what I do, that I'm learning how to actually love life in different ways. And that way I'm actually helping myself grow, because I'm always doing something different. And because I do something different, I'm making sure that no matter what, I have that nice and beautiful convenience of life. To make sure that no matter what, that I'm waking up in the morning, I'm doing what I need to do. I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm sleeping and waking up in the best times for myself. I'm making sure I'm learning from the situation, and I'm helping myself in the process to do life. First, you must understand to be doing life much more, yeah? And you must understand straight away that if you're doing life much more, that you focus on yourself the best way you can, and make sure that no matter what, that you go out if you want. Go out somewhere and make sure you listen to music sometimes, if you really, really need to. In a sense, so make sure you understand that if you want to go nightclubbing to listen to music, first you have music already in your house. But you must understand straight away it's much more how the nightlife is going to go away from you eventually. In a sense, so make sure you understand straight away that if you strictly want to listen to music while you're going out somewhere, then go. I promise you, go for it. I promise you, although for myself at least, I promise you I never need to go night clubbing. I never need to go nightlife to listen to music, but I'll go festivals. I'll go to festivals. I make myself a festival kind of way forward, and I make sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life, moving up. And I'm learning how to actually grow myself in the process. So that's how I'm actually doing my life now. I'm doing my life differently. I'm making sure that I'm looking for a better way of dealing with my life, and I'm making sure that I have a nice and beautiful persuasion party and technique to keep moving forward with my life. And now, since I'm understanding straight away how my life is going for me, especially, I'm understanding straight away that I need to go and help myself to grow. So I help myself to do nice and beautiful videos. And because I do my videos every single day, I'm actually learning how to actually perform and outperform myself every single day, because I'm always showing up for success. And because I show up for success every single day, I'm learning to become the best version of myself in the process. So that's why I want to help you guys to understand as well. I want to help you guys to understand that if you go and understand the process of love and fortune and being able to understand spirituality, then you have to understand straight away how to grow. And growing is the easiest thing in the world. But it's very easy to grow. I promise you, all you have to do is talk more words and read more. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do every single day of your life. Now, every single day you must understand straight away that no matter what, that it's very easy to grow into the person that you want to be. All you have to do is put the effort in every single day, and making sure that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly about the foundation of life, and making sure that you are learning every single step of the way. So make sure you never give up, and make sure that no matter what, that you understand straight away to love life, because loving life is the way forward. I promise you, so every single day I'm learning very quickly about understanding something. I'm understanding how to actually love my life and perform. I'm learning how to actually have a nice and beautiful deal with my life, where something's happening for my life and I'm actually outperforming myself in a different way. And I'm making sure that no matter what, I have a nice and beautiful life moving forward. And since I have nice and beautiful ways moving forward, I'm making sure that no matter what, that I'm always dealing with my life in the best way. I'm making sure I have that nice and beautiful feel of life all the time, to be understanding that I can wake up early if I want to, and because I wake up early, I go sleep early. I make sure I'm never a night person, I'm a day person. I wake up during the day, I work during the day, and I sleep during the night. I understand? That's how I feel. I feel different. I feel nice and beautiful for myself all the time. And I'm making sure that no matter what, that you guys can understand straight away how I feel through what I've been doing. I understand that no matter what I'm doing every single day, I'm learning how to actually perform and outperform myself. So no matter what I'm doing, I have to be growing myself differently. I have to talk about growth. I have to talk about different areas of life. I have to talk about money. I have to talk about spirituality. So every single day, you must understand that there's always something to talk about, because you have to understand straight away how to grow yourself in the process. So if you want to help yourself to become popular, then what you need to do is you have to understand straight away that you have to do something that actually helps you to do life greater. So I'm understanding many people get popular through stupid acts of doing things. Which they're doing stupid stuff and they get popular. Which other people get popular because they're really, really singers and because they really sing something. Or should other people get popular because they're life coaches helping people? Unfortunately, you must understand that everybody's getting popular in some kind of direction. But for myself over here, I'm getting popular through life coaching and through music production. But there's a long time to go for me. Unfortunately, there's a long way to go to popularity for me. Unfortunately, I understand straight away that no matter what, I need to put in the time and effort. I need to be able to sacrifice some aspects of life to have other aspects of life. And I understand straight away I feel much greater because of it. I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life in general. And I'm learning how to actually perform and outperform myself in the process. So that's the whole point, yeah? I mean, the whole point is learning how to grow yourself and learning how to actually have fond awareness for yourself moving forward. So you have to understand straight away, you have to do life greater. But the greater your life, the better you are. And the better you are, the more you can fulfill yourself. So fulfilling yourself is something of a dream come true. I mean, in a sense, so every single day, learn how to just read. And read and read and consume content and consume content and consume content all day long. And just be reading something. I mean, read something. I mean, read entertainment. I mean, read something. I mean, in a sense, because that way you're going to learn something along the way. And you have to understand straight away, you have to be reading all the time. And you have to be exercising as well. I mean, understand? So I walk 10,000 steps a day, and I just do it in my backyard. I mean, you understand? I walk and walk and walk every single day. I make sure every single day I'm learning how to do nice and beautiful aspects of life. And I make sure that no matter what, that you guys understand straight away, you must be free to live life to the best of your ability. And you have to be making sure that you have all the steps in the world to do life much greater. First, that's all it is. First, you must understand straight away to love life differently and making sure always that you're nice and beautiful with the process. So I'm always focusing on helping myself to succeed. And because I help myself to succeed differently, I'm making sure that I have more enough space and time and success today to love my life differently so I can live my life. I just had to go toilet, guys, really quickly. So every single day I'm focusing on a better life for myself. And I'm focusing on making sure that I have more enough success all the time to succeed differently. So if you want to focus on yourself every single day to help yourself to perform much greater, then make sure that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly about life. So life is very different for everybody. And you have to understand straight away to focus on your life much greater in terms of life. And you have to come back to the word I as you speak. So it's very important to come back to the word I daily to help yourself grow. And you have to understand straight away how you have to fulfill yourself and you have to do something for nothing. Of course, you have to make sure every single day of your life you do something to help yourself grow. Of that's what it's all about. Of course, it's all about making sure that you have that nice and beautiful technique moving forward for yourself. So you have to understand that if I do anything to help myself grow, I'm making sure I'm growing the words. Growing those words, because the words is what grows me. Of now, I'm always looking for content. I'm always looking for something to consume. I'm always understanding straight away to go to people to consume those contents that help me move forward. So I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly, that I go to specific people to learn from specific people something that I need to learn. And that's it. But you must understand straight away how to grow yourself differently like this. And growth is all about making sure that you have growth and success every single day of your life differently, and then making sure that no matter what, that you're enjoying the process. And if you're enjoying the process of life, then you're making sure that no matter what, that you have a nice and beautiful technique moving forward. And you have that nice and beautiful way of life, which is smooth, yeah? Of course, you have a smooth life moving forward, and you have nice and beautiful ways and techniques happening in your life, and you're making sure that no matter what, that you're helping yourself to grow in the best kind of ways. Of that's the whole point. The whole point is focusing on a greater way of life for yourself. So I'm always jumping on YouTube. I'm doing something on YouTube every single day. I'm making sure that no matter what, that my life is nice and beautiful all the time. And I'm making sure that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life. And I'm doing something to help myself to succeed, which is very important. So you have to understand straight away how I feel. And how I feel is very different. So every single day I'm learning how to actually grow myself with what I have and what I do. So what I have and what I do is very different. And you must understand that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about the art of persuasion with myself to help myself grow and always have that nice and beautiful feeling about life. Because I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, that life happens to everybody. And as life happens to everybody, everybody needs to grow some way right now. First, you need to be able to read what you need to read. First, you need to actually grow yourself in different ways and capacities. And you have to understand straight away to give money where you need to, where you need to love your life. So make sure you give money where you need to live your life in a better way, and making sure that no matter what, that your life is nice and beautiful all the time. So for myself over here, I'm understanding straight away that I'm way past the age of, let's say, nightclubbing and all that. I'm making sure you understand straight away that I'm learning very quickly. I'm aging, but I'm never old. I'm just something different now. I'm understanding that my time in terms of nightclubbing is over. I'm learning how to actually grow myself differently. So if I want to go nightclubbing for one night somewhere, I'm pretty sure I can. I can go to just listen to the music. But the thing is that I'm learning very quickly how I understand something. That in nightclubs, it's just teenagers and kids. I understand that. I'm 29 years of age. I'm understanding that no matter what, the nightclubbing is over. It's much more how now it's time for family. Now it's time for something different, yeah? I'm pretty sure now it's time to just live life. Time to live life with myself, yeah? Because nightclubbing never did bring me anything other than the music and the experience of music. That's all. I understand how people go restaurants. They go restaurants. I never go restaurants. They go different places. They're going with different families and different ways of thinking, with different ways of being. Nothing is happening other than the word I. But you must understand that no matter what, that people are going their separate ways with their families, and they're running off to holiday houses, and they have all these different types of ways that they're going with their families with. And you must understand, those people who are going to the beaches today, and they're going with families to the beach, I promise you, for myself, I'd rather go to a new beach alone than anything. And I'm learning how to actually persuade myself to grow, yeah? So I'm understanding straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways to improve myself. And I'm making sure that no matter what, that I have that nice and beautiful way forward. So I'm learning very quickly about life. And I'm making sure that no matter what, I have that nice and beautiful feeling all the time. So every single day you must understand that people are going different ways for different things. And you need to be different as well. And you need to go your own way. First you have to go your own way. First you have to do something to help your life, yeah? So you must understand straight away that as life goes on, that you have to understand that straight away that no matter what, I see the serving community of Australia over here has nothing to do now. First they're all working 9-to-5 job. And either at home or they're working a 9-to-5 job, and that's it. I'm understanding straight away that's the times at the moment, because it's a coronavirus pandemic at the moment, and I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, that there's curfews right now. So everybody has to be at home during 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock unless you're working. And I'm understanding from 9 p.m. at night time to 5 o'clock in the morning, you have to be at home, otherwise you may get a fine unless you're working. So you must understand straight away that everybody who's working right now has to be working in between those times and in between any kind of times of the day. So it's much more how you feel, and how you feel is much more, you must understand differences. You have to understand something different all the time. And it's much more how you have to understand straight away to grow yourself, yeah? So I'm growing myself differently. I'm making sure I have that nice and beautiful persuasion technique to keep moving forward. And I'm learning how to grow myself in my attitude. So what's changing about me these days? Now, anything that's changing about me these days is more words. I'm getting smarter. I'm using more synonyms and antonyms. I'm producing more content. I'm reading much more content as well. I'm learning how to persuade myself to become an individual much more, and an individual business who's an S corporation, which is a smart corporation. And I'm learning how to understand straight away that I'm helping myself to deliver content. So I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, that you must understand that I'm helping myself to do much greater. So every single time I'm learning how to actually grow myself, I'm learning how to have much more information about processes and processing of life and differences. I'm learning how to actually help myself to move forward in life. I'm learning how to actually help myself to understand something. That what's next for me? What's next for me is being able to grow you, being able to give you content, being able to understand straight away to give you words of encouragement, and being able to inspire myself to grow daily, and being able to just enjoy myself in the process of life. Actually, that's what's next for me. Actually, I understand straight away that no matter what I'm doing, I'm living a life. I'm living some type of life, and my life is different comparing it to other people. And I understand straight away when I look at other people, I see success within their story and who they are. And I see all the time, everybody has success. I mean, they're saying, I'm pretty sure everybody has different success in life. And you have to understand straight away, you have to be doing something, yeah? But you have to, you have to be understanding straight away that no matter what you do, that you're growing yourself in a different way, moving forward. But you must understand that no matter what, I understand straight away that no matter what happens, that no matter how many friends you have, promise you, they can never fulfill you. Promise they can never fulfill you. Promise you, whatever you have today can never fulfill you, unless it's your word I. Promise you, your word I can fulfill you. Promise you, I can only fulfill you. I understand straight away that the word I is everything. Promise you, the word I, promise you, as long as you come back to the word I, promise you can always fulfill yourself in that. Promise you can always be positive. I'm so positive now these days. I'm very positive because I have something to do, I have something to say, I have something to be. I have something to talk about all the time. So that's how I'm actually growing myself. I'm growing myself through different ways. I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about spirituality. And I'm learning how to actually understand something that I'm ahead of the game. I'm ahead of the content. I'm ahead of my nice and beautiful ideas. I'm ahead of actual ways of life. So I'm understanding straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm ahead of the way of life. And because I'm ahead of the way of life, I'm learning very quickly about different aspects of life differently, and I'm performing and outperforming myself in the best ways. So it's much more how I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to actually be spiritual, and I'm learning how to do a greater way of life for myself personally. So what I want to do is I want to learn to actually help myself to talk better. And as I talk better, I find much more improvement in my speech capacity. And I understand straight away that no matter what, I'm a producer of content. So I produce content and I post it up on YouTube and I let it be. And every single day I have a YouTube video coming up every single day. But I'm always developing that nice and beautiful attitude. I'm always developing that nice and beautiful theory of life. Because somehow I'm doing my videos. I'm still doing my videos. And I have something to do. I'm much more passionate than before. And why am I much more passionate? I'm more passionate because I have something to do. And that way I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning to help myself to succeed differently. I understand that straight away. I understand I slept very much. I slept so much just recently because I just feel the need to. I feel the need to sleep more in my life. So what I'm doing in my life over here is I'm learning to focus upon helping myself in terms of helping myself to succeed. I'm learning to focus upon different areas of life differently. So I'm understanding straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm showing myself a greater way of techniques. I'm making sure that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life, and I'm making sure that no matter what, that I have that nice and beautiful way of life moving forward. So that's how I actually grow. I grow through different ways of doing things. And that's how you guys must grow. First, you guys must grow through different ways of performing yourself and outperforming yourself as well. So every single day, I'm learning. I'm learning that nice and beautiful life expectancy. I'm making sure that no matter what, that I'm learning how to live life greatly. I'm learning to live life to the fullest. But how do I do it? I mean, how do I live life to the fullest? I promise you, I talk more words. I grow. I make sure I consume more content. I make sure I look good on a daily basis. I make sure I do something to help people. I make sure that I'm kind. I make sure I'm giving ideas. I'm making sure that I'm showing up for work to speak much more words. And that way I'm planning my life and I'm ahead of the content. I'm ahead of the game. And I'm always ahead of the game. I can always see my life path. I can see my life path goes towards my mother. And then from that point, I'm learning how to do much greater. So I'm understanding straight away that everything's working out for me, personally. So for me, it's more family time at home, always. I'm understanding straight away that many families are doing that right now. And many people have families of their own, and they're never clubbing at all. Or they're never even going clubbing. Or they're just at home always. Or a 9-to-5 job in the home. Or a 9-to-5 job and with family. Or that's what they're doing. Or that's what's waiting for me as well. Although for myself, it's very different too. I have a different job. I have different ways of thinking. I have different ways of saying something. But I'm trying my best, yeah? I'm trying my best to plan my life ahead. I'm trying my best to give evidence that I'm successful. And I have something to say as well. Because no matter what I'm doing something different. I'm doing something that's helping me move forward. So every single day I'm looking to help myself to succeed differently. And I'm learning how to actually grow myself differently. So I'm understanding that with Grant Cardone's university over here, now, you must understand he has a university where you can sign up for $97 a month and you can watch him. And you have to understand straight away that he can give you some ideas. So if you can afford it, go for it. But you must understand straight away that no matter what, I can afford it. I understand straight away it's much more how I feel. I feel different. I feel nice and beautiful. I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to find spontaneity in what I do. And I'm learning how to do real estate and everything. So I'm understanding straight away that I'm learning how to actually quickly become much greater for myself. So I'm understanding something. I'm understanding that no matter what I do, I'm learning how to quickly find much more evidence of my life moving forward. So it's much more like that. It's much more how I need to help myself to perform and outperform myself. Because that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's all about making sure that you can perform and outperform yourself in different criteria and different ways of moving forward. And making sure that no matter what, that you're learning how to grow yourself. If you understand how to grow yourself differently, then you have to understand straight away that it's much more how you're talking more words differently. And because you're talking more words differently, you're making sure that no matter what, that you have that nice and beautiful way forward, moving forward. And you understand straight away that as you move forward, you're actually moving forward in a way of life, and you're making sure that you have that nice and beautiful technique moving forward in a way of life that's helping you. Unfortunately, so no matter what I'm doing, I'm giving people ideas. I'm always skyrocketing with my ideas. I'm making sure I'm broad as I can be. And I understand straight away as I go and do my life much greater, I'm learning how to actually perform and outperform myself in different ways. So I'm learning how to be here. I'm learning how to walk around. I'm learning how to make sure that no matter what I'm doing, that I always have something to say. I'm looking for something to say. I'm looking for something to be. I mean, understand? Because that's how I feel, and how I feel is very different, and how I actually grow myself is different. Firstly, the difference is every single day I'm learning how to actually grow. I'm learning how to become much greater for myself. So no matter what, I see other people getting worse off than yesterday, I'm getting better. I'm becoming better than yesterday, always. I mean, every single day I'm learning how to actually never throw trash down my body. I'm learning to eat with respect. I'm learning to eat vegan food. I'm learning to become healthy over time. I'm learning to be healthy. I'm learning to actually do my life much greater. I'm learning to help myself to develop myself in a better way. And I'm understanding straight away that I'm never trash. I never treat myself like trash. I promise you, learn how to grow yourself, yeah? So no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning how to actually grow every single ounce of my fiber differently. So that's how I feel. And how I feel is very different. So you must understand straight away how you have to grow yourself in the best kind of way forward. So you have to move forward. You guys have to move forward in terms of different ways of life. And I understand straight away that what's important is learning how to actually grow. I mean, learning how to grow yourself. I am the James Bond of growth. I understand that I'm growing myself in different ways all the time. I'm making sure I'm performing and outperforming myself. And as I go and grow myself differently, I'm learning how to help myself to understand something, that life is worth it. And life is worth it if you understand how to do it. But if you understand how to do it in a better way, you have to understand that life can also be something that's worth living for. But you must understand straight away that if you have life today, then you're a blessing in life. And first you must understand that no matter what, that everything is a blessing in life. First, every ounce of this world is a blessing. First, you must understand. First, everything is done onto you. First, it's much more how you have to understand to make up your life. I mean, make up your life. I mean, make your life whatever you want to be. I mean, go and do whatever you want to do in this life. First, if you want to go to New York, first you can go there. And you can visit and you can go. Unfortunately, you must understand that wherever you want to go, you can go around the planet. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is, isn't it? Unfortunately, you must understand that no matter what I'm doing something different, yeah? I'm learning to help myself grow. I'm learning to develop myself a strength to help myself to deliver content. So as I deliver content, I'm making sure that no matter what, I have that nice and beautiful way of moving forward. And that's how I feel. I feel different. But as I feel different, I'm looking for different ways of thinking. I'm looking for different ways of strategizing. I'm understanding how this life is. I'm understanding straight away how far I go through the life. And I'm understanding straight away I'm happy with where I am in life. I'm happy with where I'm going in life. I need to be more happy though. I need to be more happy with where I'm going. And I need to be understanding something much more. I need to have more power. I need to have more control over my world. And what I do is I go be positive. I'm going to be positive as much as I can. And I focus upon helping myself to dwell upon life much greater, because that's how I feel. And I feel very different. I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to move forward. So what I do is I understand how animals can get in the shade sometimes and sleep in the shade. Which is much more how I feel as well. I feel that no matter what, that if you're learning how to grow yourself differently, you're making sure that no matter what, that you're learning how to actually become the best version of yourself. And that's it. Once you become the best version of yourself, and that's it. Which that's all I'm asking of you. First, you must understand that no matter what, that if you're learning how to actually go and grow yourself differently, and if you're learning how to understand something about life, then learn how to grow. I mean, learn how to grow all the time. I mean, learn how to actually appreciate yourself for who you are daily, so you can actually grow yourself, yeah? Which is just the way it is. First, you must understand that no matter what I'm doing, I'm always focusing on that nice and beautiful way forward. I'm making sure I have that nice and beautiful persuasion technique. I have the nice and beautiful persuasion technique moving forward. I'm learning how to grow myself differently, and I'm having a great time with myself all the time. Because that's what you guys need to do. And you guys need to understand straight away that you need to grow yourself differently, yeah? So you have to focus upon life, and you have to focus upon never giving up. And you have to understand straight away to move up in your credentials. I mean, you have to make sure that no matter what, that you're always learning from the occasional way of life, and you're learning something different from every single person. And you're making sure that no matter what, that you're always understanding something about life. So life is different for everybody, and you must understand straight away that everybody has a different life. But you must understand that no matter what, that life goes the same way. Understand? First, it's either succeed or never succeed. First, you must understand to succeed. I help you to every single day understand much more ideas about my life and how I move forward, which is just positive content. I have positive content moving forward. I make sure I'm learning quickly about my life. I'm doing something nice and beautiful and quickly. I'm making sure I have more enough success and space in my life to do a greater way of life. I'm doing more YouTube videos than ever before. I'm making sure that I'm doing much more than ever before, because that's how I feel, and that's how I do life. I do life differently, guys. And make sure that no matter what, that as I learn to grow myself differently, I'm learning how to actually grow myself in the best kind of way forward. So that's how I feel. I feel different. I feel nice and beautiful every single day. So it's more how I feel that I need to go and grow myself differently, but let it be that way. But it's much more how it is. I see, so every single day I lift myself by coming back to the word I. And as I come back to the word I, in terms of my word I for I love you, I come back to the word I finish with my word I start with my word I. I can say life starts with the word I and finishes with the word I. And that's how I talk with myself. But that's how I talk with you as well. I talk with everybody like this. Well, I understand straight away that I left the community. I left the community of people, and it's the best thing for me personally because I'm going to my mum's house anyway, and it's also coming anyway. So I understand straight away that I never waste my time. And the thing is that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly that it's just the best decision for me personally. And no matter what, that once I start living with my mum, everything goes and flies into a better way for me. Everything goes in a better direction for me personally. And from that point on, I can really start building a foundation. And it's more how it is. And I'm feeling that over there in Germany, people do speak English as well. So I'm understanding straight away that I can go and love my life differently and learn much more languages as well. And I'm understanding how to learn languages these days, which is the Google Translator. And you use this Google Translator, and you have to understand straight away to use it when you're learning how to speak German in front of people. And that way you're learning something for nothing. I understand straight away that I'll get my second vaccine very soon. And I very much like my life. And now, no matter what I'm doing, no matter what, as I go and live next to my mum's house over there, I'm understanding straight away that it's much more how everything's nice and beautiful for me and everything's moving forward. And I'm planning my life on video every single day because I understand something about life. I understand that no matter what's going to happen about my life is going to show me a nice and beautiful way forward. And I'll be making a repulsion in a better way. And I make sure that no matter what, I'll learn how to understand something. I'm learning how to grow. I'm learning how to be much more. So what I want to do is I just want to pause the video so I can do something much more, so I can do a greater job for myself moving forward. I see, so I did change areas of life over here. So I'm understanding straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm learning, yeah? I'm learning different areas of life. I'm learning that no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning to understand something that over there was some sun over there. So I'm understanding that no matter what, I'll just move from the sun and I move away from the sun. So I can develop myself much more and so I can do much more greater of work. And I understand straight away that what I want to do is love my life differently. So every single day I'm learning how to focus myself on a greater career for myself. And I have a career. I have a career of life coaching. I have a career of music production. And now with my music production, I understand straight away that I want to help myself to grow myself in that. I'm definitely somebody who wants to produce music. But I need a better plan. And now I'm always understanding straight away that with music production, all I need to do is better melodies and be able to make a sound system work. And that's it. And I understand straight away it's much more how it is. And what I need to go and grow myself with is I understand straight away that with my music production, in terms of my music production, I understand that no matter what, I need to make much more zonified tracks over here. I need to make sure that no matter what, that it's much more how I feel. And it's much more how I need to help myself to understand that it's much more how I'll make my nice and beautiful Topia tracks as well going. Because that's how I feel as well. Because it's much more how I understand straight away how everything's different. So just create something different that I've never done before. It's something that is nice and beautiful for me. So as I move forward, and as I move somewhere in the direction of bliss and fortune, I'm making sure you understand straight away that I'm learning how to actually grow myself differently, yeah? I'm learning how to actually become the best version of myself differently. So I'm actually understanding that I need more theory. I need to read more of music production. I need to read more to be able to do more. And that's it. First, you must understand straight away I need to read more throughout life to be able to produce much more of what I need to do. So I'm understanding straight away that I'm learning how to expand myself. And as I expand myself differently, I'm making sure I have much more than enough to succeed with. I'm making sure that I'm always developing myself in the best kind of way forward. And that's it. Apparently it's much more how I feel. And no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning how to grow myself differently, yeah? And that's how you guys need to be doing it. But you guys need to be doing something today that's going to help you move forward. I understand? So every single day I'm learning how to actually grow myself. And as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for a better way of improving myself differently, and I'm looking for a better way of life for myself, but every single day, life is work. Actually, life is working all the time. But you must understand straight away that you must be working, and you must be doing something to help life. Actually, this video is going to be helping life for the rest of my life, and for the rest of eternity. Actually, this video is going to be up on YouTube forever, and people are going to always be able to see this video. It's always working out for you. And I understand straight away that no matter what, that as I grow myself differently, I'm learning how to actually help myself to understand something. That there's a lot of content to do, and there's a lot of content to be around with B. I mean, with people, you have a lot of content to do. But you must understand there's a lot to do, and you must understand to never ever give up. But you always be producing more content and always be making sure that somehow you're doing much more work in the world. I promise you must understand straight away that aging is part of life. And you have to age. I mean, you have to go through the aging process of life. And you have to understand straight away that no matter what, that as you go through the aging process of life, that you're going to have a different set of techniques and skills to make sure that no matter what, that you're nice and beautiful for yourself, that you're also nice and beautifully growing for yourself. And you have to understand straight away that no matter what, that you must never waste time. I mean, never ever go for not one-night stands with women or men. I mean, never ever be doing one-night stands or dating applications and stuff like that. But you must understand that no matter what, it never works. But what works is something where you can meet face-to-face with a person, like speed dating. And speed dating does work, where you meet face-to-face and talk it out and see what you guys want. I mean, in a sense, so every single day, no matter what, I understand straight away. I went to speed dating before, and there was this woman that said that she wants to drink alcohol, and I said that with my house, approaching no alcohol. And of course, we never came to an agreement, and we never ever were together from that point on. But I'm understanding straight away that it works out for me, because I'm going to live with my mum anyway. I'm pretty sure I made the best decision. I mean, I understand that. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning how to actually grow myself. I understand that if I chose to live with my mum earlier, I understand that no matter what, that it was the worst time for me to go to my mum's house, because I understand straight away that my dad over here and how much I have with my dad, and also with what I've learned around Australia, I'm understanding straight away that I made the best decision again. Once I go to my mum's house, everything in Australia and all my decisions in Australia works out for me. Because I left the community of people, I left the crowd, I left the nightlife. I mean, in a sense, I'm much more in preparation for what's to come in Germany. I'm understanding straight away, I'm learning how to have a family for myself. I'm learning how to actually grow myself differently, and I'm learning quickly about how to get back on track. So that's how I feel, and I feel very different. And I feel that no matter what, that as I grow myself differently, I'm very positive about my life. So I'm sober, and I never do drugs. I never do alcohol and drugs. I make sure I'm very, very positive about what I'm doing in life, and I'm learning how to actually help myself to grow. So no matter what, I'm learning how to actually help myself to move forward. But these are some of the last moments with my dad now. These are some of the last moments with my dad. And I understand straight away that no matter what, I need to go and grow myself differently. And I help myself to find awareness around here, because I understand that there's no coming back here again. I never want to come back here again. I never want to be in this position ever again. I want to do something better. So what's coming up for that's much better than this is my mum's house. And then guess what? My dad may pass away, but I make sure to come back to just help him to have a funeral, and I move back to my mum's house. But now, that's the deal. And I've never come back. I never come back, ever. I'm making sure I'm going forward. I'm moving forward. So it's much more how I feel. And now I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm helping myself to move forward. I'm learning how to understand straight away that I must grow myself, and I must learn how to appreciate myself much more. But that's how I'm actually learning. I'm learning through different architectures and different ways of life. But anybody who's willing to learn from me is willing to become successful like me. I mean, understand? So that's how successful you can become. But you can become as successful as Danny Milivojevic. But you must understand that there's a lot of success I have. I have a lot of success. And you have to understand it's really, really in the communicational skills. But my communicational skills is something worthy. I'm worthy in my communicational skills. I'm worthy in what I'm saying. I mean, understand? I could say what I say is what I do. I mean, understand? So every single day when I grow myself differently, I'm learning how to actually absorb a nice and beautiful scenario. I'm learning to help myself to grow. I'm learning to become the best version of myself. I'm learning to understand something that the best version of yourself is just 5 years away. First, you just make sure you understand that. Just 5 years of communicational work and you can become your best version. I'm the best version of myself that I've ever been. And it's mainly because of my habits. So what do? I make sure I keep the habits. I keep going with the habits and I apply more habits into my life. First, life is aging. So as I age throughout my life, I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly, very differently, what to do about my life and how to succeed. I'm understanding straight away that I am learning very quickly to do better. So as I do better, I'm moving forward. And as I move forward, I'm learning very quickly about life and differences. I see anyway, so as I move actually throughout life, I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm helping myself to do the best kind of way forward for myself, yeah? I'm making sure that I have that nice and beautiful dictionary of life. That's how actually helping me to move forward. I'm actually understanding to do more English than Serbian on my YouTube channel. So I can actually do nice and beautiful ways of life. And that way I'm understanding straight away that I'm learning very quickly about life. And I'm helping myself to move forward. Because that's how I see life. I see life differently. I see life as moving forward throughout life. And as I move forward, I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly how to actually learn to appreciate myself in the best kind of way forward. And that's it. Firstly, I'm learning how to actually help myself to dwell upon something much greater. But that's how I feel. And that's how I understand straight away that no matter what, that I'm always loving my life differently. Because I'm actually helping myself to do those words of encouragement every single day. So as I go and grow myself differently, I'm giving you Danny Milivojevic's story. And I understand straight away how much I've been exposing myself and how much I've been wanting to become popular. But I'm understanding that no matter what, that I'm still somebody who is ready to become popular. And I'm actually ready to pronounce myself as somebody in some kind of field of vibration. So I'm understanding that no matter what, that as I grow myself, I'm showing myself more success because I have more money now. I have a greater career. I have much more finances. I have better habits. I mean, in a sense, so I'm my best version now. I'm much more able to do whatever I want to do. And I understand straight away how I can go travel wherever I want now. Because I have the money to. I have the money to go travel wherever I want. And I can stay for 1 week as well. I can stay for as long as I want. I mean, in a sense, because I can work for it and I can go for it. I mean, in a sense, I can go and get the money and I can go for a working holiday wherever I want. I mean, in a sense, so no matter what, I'm learning how to go and travel for a bit as well. I'm learning how to actually understand straight away that I'm going with my mum anyway. And my mum and I and my mum are going to go everywhere as much as possible. So no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning to help myself to grow. So as I grow myself differently, I understand straight away that what's going to happen on the nice and beautiful path of the nice and beautiful Camino walk is I have to find myself vegan food. So I have to find myself vegan food and I have to find myself something to eat very quickly. So no matter what, I'm learning very quickly how to actually do that for myself and I have to eat vegan food. So it's going to be a challenge for me. And I understand straight away that I need to go and help myself to grow much more. So that's what I'm feeling in life. I'm feeling different. I'm making sure that no matter what, I have a nice and beautiful way of life for myself. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So as I learn about life, I'm learning how it's challenging. I promise you, life is challenging. And life will challenge you. I promise you, life will challenge you. But live it one day at a time. I promise you, live one day at a time and learn to understand straight away that you have to go and grow yourself, yeah? And you have to understand straight away how you have to feel throughout life. I mean, you have to feel throughout life differently. And you have to understand straight away that no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning very quickly how to actually help myself grow. So no matter what, I'm learning how to help myself to deliver content in the best kind of way forward. And I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning how to actually grow. So every single time I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to actually extract what I have and succeed. I promise you, it's much more how I feel. And I feel very different about it. I feel much more privileging to be able to go and grow myself differently. Unfortunately, in Australia, over here, I have a certain amount of success. Over here. And I understand straight away that no matter what, that once I leave, I have done my accomplishing of Australia to the best of my ability, and I became the best version of myself once I leave Australia as well. Once I leave Australia, it is a tipping point of my life. And you must understand straight away that it's just the way it is. And no matter what I've done, unfortunately, no matter what I've done in Australia, it works out for me eventually, because all the women that did chase me and all the relationships I had with people here in Australia is no more. And it's time for Germany. And you must understand straight away that I'm still friends with people in Australia. I'm still friends with all the people. But the thing is that it's just different, because I never speak to them anymore. I mean, do you understand? I never talk to them because I never hang around with them. I never hang around with them, so why would I talk to them? I mean, do you understand? So it's much more how it is. So what I need to do is different aspects of life differently, and I'm focusing on a greater way of life for myself. I'm focusing on performing and outperforming myself differently, and I'm never choking, but I'm actually learning. I'm learning to help myself to grow, yeah? I'm learning to become the best version of myself anyway. I'm learning to actually become something far greater, just for my life over here. So I'm understanding straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm learning to have a nice and beautiful way of life over here. So it's just the way it is, yeah? Anyway, so what I'm actually doing is something that's actually helping me move forward. So every single day I'm looking for a better direction. I'm looking to see exactly how much time I have in the video, so I can actually go and record a 1 hour video for myself. So I'm understanding straight away that as I go and grow myself differently, I'm making sure that no matter what, that I have a nice and beautiful technique in my life to move forward. I move forward. And now the best thing that can happen to me with the doctor over here that is going to be seeing me very soon is that he puts me on the nice and beautiful way of life where he weans me down from my medication. And now I understand that currently I'm taking medication and they're giving me schizophrenic medication, and I want to get off it as much as possible. But if the case is that he never wants me off it, then I have to get myself a disability support pension. So then what I do is I apply for a disability support pension to go live overseas with a disability support pension while taking medication. And that way I'm learning very quickly, I'm helping myself to grow. But that's the worst thing that can happen. But the best thing that can happen is I get off the medications altogether and I go work a 9-to-5 job like everybody else, and I make more money in the process to make more kids. Actually, that's the best thing that can happen. Although I understand straight away that one kid is more enough. I promise you must understand straight away that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly that money is your bubble. The more money you have, the better. So you have to work for it. First, you have to work for everything in this life. So you have to understand straight away, you have to be ahead of the game. You have to be ahead of life, because life is challenging. But you have to be your best version. I mean, do you understand? And since you are actually your best version all the time, you have to understand straight away that it's the best way to be. First, you have to understand straight away how I feel. I feel very different. I feel much more alive. I feel that no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning that nice and beautiful way of life. I see my dog over there is scratching its back. But every single day, listen. I focus on helping my life to succeed, yeah? I'm making sure I have that nice and beautiful way of life always. I have a nice and beautiful way of moving forward in my life differently, and I'm focusing on helping myself to succeed differently. And I'm making sure that no matter what, that my life is nice and beautiful. So that's how I feel. I feel different. So every single day, my YouTube videos and everything like that is coming up online. I'm making sure every single day I'm posting 1 hour video online. I'm doing as much as I can. I'm succeeding as much as possible every single day. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning to help myself to succeed differently. And guess what? It's much more how it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth the notion that no matter what I do, I put all my nice and beautiful strategies and art and talent into a video so that you guys can understand straight away how to grow yourself, and so you guys can understand how to be much greater. Of course, you must understand every single day that as I grow myself differently, I'm learning. I'm learning that nice and beautiful feeling, yeah? So that's how I feel. I feel that nice and beautiful feeling of life. I feel different, yeah? And that's how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that as I grow myself differently, I'm helping myself to breathe. And it feels so good. I find it feels so good to be able to breathe these days, because I understand I was a smoker of a cigarette and I was unable to breathe. I was unable to breathe as much as I breathe now. I mean, now I can breathe much more than before, which means much more happiness. But I do have a bit of emphysema. I do have a little bit of emphysema. And I understand straight away that when I sleep, I have to get up, and I have to go, I have to breathe a little bit, because it's emphysema. You understand? Unfortunately, it's a little bit of emphysema, but I understand straight away that I can get myself a puffer, and I can breathe one of those puffers, because asthma. See, it's asthma. And asthma is emphysema. You understand? So you must understand straight away that I had asthma for 19 years because I broke my nose when I was young. And for 19 years, I was unable to fix my nose. I was unable to fix my nose for 19 years. And I had emphysema for 19 years. But now, I can breathe. I can breathe much greater than before. I can breathe overall much better than before. And I'm doing much greater than ever before now. And now, I understand straight away that as a kid, I was breathing actually much better as a kid. And as a little baby from like 5 years of age, I was breathing excellently without emphysema and without a broken nose. So it's much more how I have a lower quality of life in that aspect of life. I have a lower quality of life, but I'm back to my nose breathing as a little kid. I can breathe like a nose. I can breathe through my nose just like I can as a little kid, which is amazing. And now the asthma is just when I fall asleep, just a bit. You understand? And it's a little bit of asthma in terms of a little bit of emphysema. So I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, now I'm learning how to grow myself. So I have to see what the doctor says about it. So I'm understanding straight away that every single day, I'm learning how to grow. So no matter what, guys, I'm learning how to actually grow myself. So let's check out the video over here. I'm understanding that I have nice and beautiful ways of life moving forward. So every single day, I'm actually helping myself to understand something. Now, as I grow myself differently, I'm learning how to put in extra time and extra hours into what I'm doing to succeed for you guys. So I'm understanding straight away that I spoke for 9 hours in a 9-hour video in my live video section. I mean, if you go into my YouTube playlist and you go live videos, which there's a 9-hour video there, I spoke for 9 hours without stopping. I mean, they're saying, Moshe, now, why is that? Moshe, it's because of the way it is. Moshe, it's just the way it is. Moshe, I grew enough to be able to go and export that video and upload it into YouTube. And it's a 9-hour video, but that's the 29th birthday. Moshe, that's my 29th birthday video. And I'm learning how to understand straight away that it's worth it. So, no matter what, I'm learning how to actually perform and outperform myself. And I'm learning from the situation. I'm learning how to actually help myself to grow. I'm learning how to love life. I mean, every single time. I mean, you can always breathe something. I mean, you can always have that oxygen from your nice and beautiful life. And you can go and give it, and you can go and give whatever it is that you do, so you can do much greater, and so you can do the word I.